A wonderful afternoon to you. My name is Ugbebo Ikekwa, and on this program, Thoughts and Visions, we'll be looking at a very, very sensitive issue. But then I want to first of all say thank you to you for actually staying tuned. If you remember in the morning, we promised our viewing public that we will be discussing a very sensitive issue as regards politics without bitterness, and that's exactly what we're doing in keeping in line with our slogan, the game changer. We must keep straight to our words, and in following keeping straight to our words, Dr. Emmanuel Gariba, once again you're welcome to the studio. If you remember very well, as promised in the morning, we said we were going to discuss politics without bitterness. What is your take, first of all, as regards the preparedness of INEC in the upcoming gubernatorial elections in Edo State?
Well, they have assured the people of Edo State that they are prepared, as they usually do, and we want to believe them. Because this is it's an off-cycle election, so it's a very special one in that sense. But I expect that the people of Edo State should look forward to a very beautiful election, as promised by INEC. They are the umpire. They will play a role, in fact, a very sensitive role, to ensure that they deliver on their promises, okay? And what the delivery all about, they must ensure that the results, that's my opinion, that the results are not contested in the law courts. Actually, the better thing is to have the results declared by INEC, and these results stand, rather than go to the courts. All right? So, we are looking forward to the electoral body ensuring that they stand by their promises. But what of the electorate? What of the gladiators themselves? By gladiators, I mean the chief combatants, as I said in the morning, and these are the candidates. The candidates must put their followers in check, because they determine what their followers do. Most times, they must put their followers in check to ensure that there is no thuggery. People carrying sticks and all kinds of weapons.
It's always been the norm. It's always been
and it shouldn't be the norm. It shouldn't be. That's what we want to see changed. Okay? It shouldn't be the norm, because it takes us back to the Stone Ages. For instance, people burning electoral materials, arson, in broad daylight. They burn offices. You can see that in the picture there. They burn offices, they burn INEC offices, they burn electoral materials, they burn vehicles, and things. Fanning the embers of hate. Right. They don't stop there. They even carry boxes, ballot boxes. Yeah. Where they carry these ballot boxes to, I don't know. But usually I understand that they carry these boxes to the houses of their masters. Okay? And that is not right. Look at it there. Look at the picture. They carry ballot boxes. Look at that fellow. And that is the future. Political future of the people that is carried in both hands. It is absurd. And I have always said that, look, if you train monkeys to come and do the kind of thing they are doing, they will refuse. Monkeys will refuse. They won't do it, because they operate by instinct. All right? They do all kinds of things. They write results even before the results are known to the general public. Those are not things that make an electoral process viable. And by the way, a lot of people say that politics is dirty. No, it's not. Politics is not dirty at all. It is the people, the players, who make politics dirty. Look at countries across Europe and elsewhere. It's a thing of joy. You want to go and exercise your franchise, okay? Adult suffrage. That's what we're talking about. Unhindered. But in this country, politics, or rather election, is war. They bring battalions of soldiers and all of that. You think they were preparing for war. Exactly. And it's not war.
Exactly. And this brings me to my next question.
Yes.
Because from those pictures that we saw, if PD can help us go back to that ballot snatching thing, there's a question that some school of thought have asked. Where are the security officials when all this happened?
Most of them turn their eyes away. We know that. They turn their eyes away. There have been reports, either in the newspapers or on television, that people turn their eyes away. Okay? I look forward, and this is serious really, I look forward to a day when we can even hold elections on a working day. You go there quietly, you leave your office, you spend maybe 1, 2, 3 hours, then you come back to your office quietly and you wait for the results. It's a thing of joy. It's a beautiful thing. It's like a holiday. You just go there, exercise your franchise, unimpeded. Nobody stands your way. Nobody raises guns. Nobody raises cudgels or iron. Nobody. That is why I think that INEC has a lot of work to do, because they have to enlighten both the gladiators and their followers. Okay? And this idea of having ad hoc staff, I don't buy into it at all. They should train their staff over time, over time. We make one mistake. 4 years, we think is a long time. At the end of every election, they go to sleep. Whereas the preparation for the next election should start almost immediately. There's this fire brigade thing. Oh, maybe 6 months you begin to have ad hoc staff. Our boys and girls who are in youth service, and some of them have been killed, unfortunately. You know that as a result of violence. Okay? It's not called for. It's not acceptable. We are a developing country with very high potential to dictate to the whole of Africa that these things can. Look at these small countries across Africa. They are doing it right. Why can't Nigeria get it right? Okay? It is unfortunate. Election is not war. You militarize. We militarize everywhere. You know, as if we are preparing for a major combat. It's not right. It's not right at all.
Now, we've seen this development at polling units where the people wait behind and say, you must count our votes before you leave this place. Do you think this is a healthy development?
It's not because they don't trust the system. They don't. I mean, why should they wait? But they wait. INEC itself has said on many occasions, like, okay, wait, let's see, you load from there, you load there. I mean, that's a beautiful picture you are seeing there. They are voting, and that is the way it should be. They are lining up very quietly. You vote, you go. You go and wait for the results. More so now, relying on technology, the thing is loaded from there into the server. Okay? I pray that this time around there will be no glitches. Okay? Everything will have a smooth ride, and the people will rejoice at the end of the day. I also look forward to a time when both the victors and the losers will share some drinks at the end of the exercise. I look forward to that kind of day, honestly, where they will share drinks, they will share banters, because a loser today can be a winner tomorrow. Yes, that's the way politics is played outside this country, and we must emulate them.
Okay, well, if we look at, there are presently in Edo State 3 major political parties.
Yes.
And I think we should have that flash on the screen: the PDP, the APC, and the Labour Party. Over time now, because we are discussing politics without bitterness, we'll be hearing some banter going on between the key. Does this still have to be the job of the INEC or the individuals themselves?
No, I think the law should take its course. I mean, there must be repercussions, legal repercussions when you are going off. I mean, I have heard people mention things that are outside the purview of campaigns. Discuss issues, for heaven's sake. I mean, those are the things that win elections, issues of the day. Issues of development, issues of women empowerment, issues of youth development, issues of sports, and things like that. Those are the issues that should win elections. They are trained banters. I mean, some of them really unprintable. That's not the way it is done. It's outside the purview of politics. And a lot of very enlightened people are very bitter about some of the things that are being said. Very bitter indeed. Why? Why? It's not called for.
And so from the angle of your being a lawyer, legal action can be taken against...
it should be enshrined in the act. It should be enshrined in the act that if you go off tangent, it can be disciplined. Okay, and people will take their time. They will realize that what they are saying is against the law, because it's the law that governs everything. If we have the right statutes put in place and you subvert such thing, the law should take its course. Okay, and I think that in this country we take a lot of things for granted. That is why I think that INEC should play a more formidable role, because they are the umpire, and they should be unbiased. Right, they should be totally unbiased, because it's the future of the people. It's the political future of the people. All right, particularly off-cycle election. All other countries are at rest. Then all attention is shifted to Edo State on the 21st of September. Okay, off-cycle. So INEC must do everything. But I'm happy though that the INEC chairman has said that this will be an exemplar. I'm very happy about that, and let's hope it turns out to be one. It has to be done in such a way that Edo State will truly be the heartbeat of the nation.
Yes. All right, and on the final note, we've seen a situation where during jubilation, the opposition get to bear the brunt of the loss, as the case may be. You know, after the elections, people will jubilate, and there was a target. Party B that lost, let's go and show them physically in that palace. This is no longer the job of the INEC. The security forces, I'm always concerned about the security forces. What's your take about empowering the security forces?
It's not just the security forces. What of the combatants? They have their full soldiers. It also means that they probably may not have done their homework, because if they do, they should keep their followers in check and educate them properly. I'm not saying that people should not jubilate, but why should you taunt your opponents? You're even going to their strongholds.
Exactly.
You know, which is not necessary. You can jubilate quietly along the street. Why? Why must you do that? It's wrong. Absolutely wrong. Well, maybe in that case you can make excuses for security agents. Fair enough. But this idea of militarizing everywhere, that's what I'm against. Yes, and it's true. So election is coming in Edo State. Let us make it a peaceful election. Let us be happy at the end. There will be one seat. I learned that from my experience at Government House when I was the Chief Press Secretary in those days. And one day, Governor Yegun said, is it not the table everybody has been struggling to occupy? Just one chair and a desk. That's what everybody has been struggling for. But he said it, and I listened very critically to that. I'm sure he said it on that occasion when he didn't know I was around.
Okay.
Yes, inside his office. And I took it to heart. So why must we have bitterness? I remember Alhaji Waziri in Second Republic. His sing-song was politics without bitterness. Why must we have bitterness? Why must we have toggery? Why must we have arson? Why must we have shootings and shootings and shootings? As if it's something that is an incubus on each and every one of us. And it's not. Honestly, it's not.
Well.
So
like
my final appeal really to the political parties, because the political parties come before the candidates. Right. But the candidates must also do their homework to talk to their followers. They have a voice that can be listened to. If, for instance, Party A has a candidate, the candidate can come out with a broadcast, maybe about 3-4 days to the time, and say, look, my followers, saying exactly what I've just been saying. Followers, this is not war. The followers will listen. I'm tempted to say that the followers, that the majority of them will listen. If the gladiators will just come out on television or radio, perhaps, say, look, this is my direction. I'm not for violence. I'm not for toggery. If you are involved in toggery, you're on your own. I think they will listen critically to that kind of injunction. If all of them can do that, yes, they will listen critically. At least majority of them will listen. That this is our leader saying that we should not go into violence. So if you go into violence and you are caught by the law enforcement agents, you're on your own. I will not defend you. If they say things like that, people will sit up.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Egarival. And for you out there, that you've stayed tuned since morning, it is really a thing of pleasure. Once again, I want to tell those who are just joining in, Providence Television International, the game changer, we are here for your viewing pleasure, the best of your viewing pleasure. Immediately after this program, there is another wonderful interview session coming up, but I'm not going to tell you which program that will be coming up on. As usual, I'll tell you, please stay tuned.